In terms of storage types, we have a wide variety of different ways that we can store and access files. In modern day devices, we still require a local storage, something like a hard drive, a solid state drive, a flash drive, or any form of storage in order to actually boot up and load our computer. But besides loading our computer, we can use a wide variety of different storage methods in order to store our larger files. In this video, we're going to explore how storage methods work and how they impact system boot times and capacity for files and where we can store them. In terms of storage types, let's talk about the different storage types that we have here, including hard disk drives, known as HDDs or HDs, and solid state drives, known as SSDs. We're also going to be exploring SATA or Serial Advanced Technology Attachments and PCIe, which allow us to actually connect storage to our motherboards, and we'll be looking at flash drives and SD cards. Now, those are more of our local storage and local storage technologies. Storage mediums, though, include local storage, which are flash drives and SD cards, and hard disk drives and solid state drives, and different types of local storage like that. And then we have network attached storage, which we'll explore, and cloud storage, which is different types of storage that we can access through an internet medium. Think things like Google Drive and Dropbox. Hard disk drives and solid state drives are two storage methods commonly used in both desktop and laptop computers. Hard drives are very cheap and they allow for a lot more storage per dollar, but they're a lot slower and they are more vulnerable since they use spinning disks in order to actually operate. Solid state drives, on the other hand, are more expensive, use no spinning disks, and are far faster. Hard drives and solid state drives are usually used in these scenarios. Hard drives are used for larger capacity with lower cost storage, such as backups and for archives, and for really files that you don't need to access as soon as possible. Solid state drives, though, are used especially for loading your operating system. So, for example, some people have hybrid setups where they use a hard drive for all of their other files that they don't normally need to access, and then for their solid state drive, they use that for their operating system. That way, their boot times for their computers are extremely fast. Overall, hard drives and solid state drives are both used for storage. Hard drives are slower, solid state drives are a lot faster. Both of these types of storage are important because these are our main local storage methods. You're likely going to use one or the other for your local laptop or your computer. In choosing the right storage for you, it improves reliability, speed, and ensures that you have the best experience with your file storage and your computer boot times or load times from a fresh start. Here we have a hard drive on the left and a solid state drive on the right. These would connect directly to a motherboard with a cable running from the hard drive or from the solid state drive and linking right to the motherboard. Next up, let's talk about storage connections. So SATA and PCIe are two different types of standards that we can use to connect our hard drives and our storage and solid state drives directly to our motherboard. They dictate how fast data is transferred, how it moves, and what types of storage devices can actually be connected. So whether your motherboard uses SATA or PCIe, well, that depends on your motherboard. SATA is mostly used by hard drives and SATA SSDs for basic storage. PCIe is a little bit more modern, and it's for modern SSDs, including what's known as NVMe or M2 SSDs, which are extremely fast. PCIe is a better choice if you're looking for higher speed data transfer. Overall, SATA and PCIe are important because they dictate how we connect our storage to our computers. PCIe is a lot faster than SATA, and they both affect device boot times and load times and overall file and system speed. For storage protocols, we have what's known as NVMe or non-volatile memory express. This is a more modern storage protocol that uses PCIe, which we just discussed in the previous slide. NVMe allows SSDs or solid state drives to access data far faster than older storage methods. So NVMe is used especially with what's known as M2 SSDs or NVM or M2 NVM SSDs. They connect through PCIe lanes for extremely fast data transfer. And the main thing you need to understand is NVMe is used with PCIe for extremely fast transfer speed rates for our storage devices located on our motherboard. So again, NVMe is used with PCIe for fast connection and data transfer. Here's a solid state drive that uses NVMe. You can see here we would plug it directly onto our motherboard, and this is a very, very fast form of storage. You don't necessarily need to know all these speeds by megabytes per second, but just understand hard drives are the slowest version of storage locally. SATA-based solid state drives are pretty fast, and then NVMe solid state drives are by far the fastest. Now let's go into the other storage types outside of our main solid state drives and hard drives, which are our flash drives and our SD cards. Flash drives and secure digital cards, or SD cards, are portable storage devices that use flash memory, somewhat similar to solid state drives, in order to store and transfer data. Here's what flash drives and SD cards actually do. Flash drives are useful for very quick transferring of files between devices. So for example, if you have two laptops and you need to get data between them, you might use a flash drive. Throw the files on the flash drive from one laptop, move it to the other laptop, transfer the files, and you're done. So it's great for being able to transfer files between devices. SD cards, on the other hand, are much smaller, but they provide very, very useful storage for devices like cameras. Now, one thing with SD cards is they normally connect through some sort of adapter to a laptop or a computer. While SD cards can pop right into cameras, most laptops and desktop computers can't use them, so you need some sort of adapter that you plug the SD card into, and then the adapter connects to your laptop or computer through USB. Flash drives, on the other hand, though, they normally use a USB connection. So most computers and laptops nowadays can connect directly to the flash drive. You just pop it in your USB slot on the outside of your laptop or your desktop computer, and it plugs right in. SD cards, though, they're a little bit different. SD cards and flash drives are important because they both provide very convenient and portable data storage. They don't have many moving parts, they're relatively inexpensive, and many computers and laptops support flash drive, USB flash drives, and SD cards allow for adapter use to connect directly to a laptop or computer. Here's an example of a flash drive on the left. This is a 64 gigabyte. This might run you 30 to 50 bucks, not super expensive. Here on the right is a 4 gigabyte micro SD card, which would plug directly into whatever device, such as a camera, that you're using it with. Now let's move into storage types, including local storage, network attached storage, or NAS storage, and cloud storage. So local storage, again, those are our USB drives, our flash drives, our hard drives, and our solid state drives, any sort of local storage. From there, we have our network attached storage, which is shared storage throughout an entire network for multiple users to be able to access. This is usually used in a business context. So network attached storage, essentially you connect to a network, you got a network cable running into your computer, and now you can access different shared drives, different storage, different files that are on a network. Cloud storage is a little bit different though, because with network attached storage, you have to be connected to a network, either through VPN or through a physical connection. But cloud storage, you can connect through any medium. As long as you have access to the internet and access to that cloud storage, you can access whatever data is stored. Examples of cloud storage include Google Drive, Dropbox, and any other sort of file hosting site. These are all important because they each offer different methods of storage, different reliability, different speeds, and different things of that nature. You need to make sure that you understand each of these three storage types in which you would use for certain scenarios. For example, local storage you would use for a local computer or desktop. Cloud storage you'd use if you need to put your files somewhere online, and usually cloud storage is also relatively cheap. So each of these has their own use for personal use and for business use, and they also affect both data sharing, backups, as well as general data availability. Here we have a comparison chart. Local storage stores things directly on your computer or local storage device. Network attached storage stores things on a local network. Cloud storage stores things online. In terms of access, local storage allows for fast access, is used by multiple users on a network or multiple employees. Cloud storage is normally accessible anywhere where you have internet and a device that has the proper permissions or an account that has the proper permissions. Local storage is limited to one device. You can swap the storage devices between multiple devices, but you can only really use one device at a time for local storage. Network attached storage requires some sort of network connection. Again, that's usually a physical connection, or it could be a virtual private network if you're working remotely from home on like a laptop or something like that. Cloud storage allows for far better scalable storage size, and you can use it on a wide variety of different devices. Local storage is best usually for personal use, and in a business context, it's used for all of our laptops and desktop computers in order to actually hold our operating system and to boot from. Network attached storage, though, it's more common in offices. You don't necessarily see this nowadays in homes as much. You normally see this in offices in more of a corporate context. It can be used in homes, but it's not nearly as common. Usually people will use cloud storage from home. Cloud storage, while it does depend on internet speed, it is used for both personal use and it is common in homes and offices as well.